Hi, honorable friends. Come join me and learn the ribbon dance. This dance is really more effective than it is difficult, as it is an audience pleaser and looks very much more difficult than it really is. It is based on an old Chinese dance. Any number may take part, with each participant holding one ribbon stick toward the end of the wooden dowel, with the ribbon end hanging free. Each person assumes a standing position and remains in the same place throughout the performance, as it is the ribbons that actually do the dance. Now, this dance may be done to music, or just to the chant, or both. We will be using a piano, a flute, xylophone, cymbals, wood blocks, rhythm sticks, and a gong in order to carry out the Chinese theme. The gong plays an important part and is a must, as it ties the whole dance together and cues the dancers as to the time to start, the pattern changes, and the ending bow. Now, first, to start things off, let's learn the Chinese chant. Now, if you'll look at your instruction sheet, follow the words as they are written. Luckily for you, we have not written the song in Chinese characters. However, each one of these words represents a character, which is really a tiny painting. The paintings are called ideographs or pictographs. Since the Chinese have no alphabet, each character stands for an entire word. The chant tells of the smiling children dancing joyfully in the street with ribbons fluttering. And the last four words are the Chinese numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the gong is always hit on 4. Now follow the Chinese words and repeat each word after it is said. Ready?
J, Jung, Air, Tung, She, Shao, So, Shang, S, Tai, Ching, Pao, He, Air, Kung, Tso, Ying, Ye, So, Mei, Li, Ku, Nyang, Do, Shao, Yao, Yi, Air, San, Si.
Good. Now listen once while the chant is sung all the way through. Then join in the next time and sing along and see how you do. All right, ready? Now listen the first time.
J Zheng Er Tung Shi Shao So Shang Stai Ching Bao Hei Kung Zhou Ying Yu Zhou Mei Li Kun Yang Do Xiao Yao Yi San Si.
Now sing along.
J Zheng Er Tung Shi Shao So Shang Stai Ching Bao Hei Kung Zhou Ying Yu Zhou Mei Li Kun Yang Do Xiao Yao Yi San Si.
Once again.
J Zheng Er Tung Shi Shao So Shang Stai Ching Bao Hei Kung Zhou Ying Yu Zhou Mei Li Kun Yang Do Xiao Yao Yi San Si.
Very, very good. You sounded like a bunch of Chinamen. Now, you can practice on this later. All it really takes is a lot of repetition, and pretty soon you'll be able to sing it without even thinking. Right now, let's go on with the dance and the 8 patterns that I want to teach you. A pattern is made up of one action, done a certain way throughout the chant. Now, an action is a swinging movement by one hand, which is holding the ribbon stick, to form either a circle that takes 1 beat or a figure 8 that takes 2 beats. You see, the action becomes a pattern when the circle or figure 8 is done in a stated position and direction and repeated for the 20 beats of the chant. That would mean 20 circles or 10 figure 8s. And that's about all there is to it. Now, the beat is very important, so let's concentrate a little bit on it right now. Listen as the chant is sung with the beat stressed, and tap your foot to the rhythm and count with us. Ready?
J jung er tung shi shi shao, so shang stai ching ching bao. Hey kung so ying yut so, mei li kun yang do shao yao. Son su.
That's it. Now let's learn the 2 simple actions, and then we'll be ready to do all 8 patterns. To start with, take a ribbon stick in your right hand and make a large vertical circle in front of you with the stick so that the ribbon almost catches itself. In other words, the circumference of the circle will be approximately the length of the ribbon. Now, each complete circle takes 1 beat. Now try that. Make some vertical circles in front of you with your arms straight out and no wrist movement, and count 1 for each circle. Good. See how simple that is? Now try a figure 8 in front of you, like an 8 on its side, that is. A right front counterclockwise loop followed immediately by a left front clockwise loop. Now, this takes 2 beats, actually 1 beat per loop. Now make a big loop that takes the whole length of the ribbon on each side. Since the loops are not quite a complete circle, they should actually be done just a little slower. The first loop of all figure 8s will be counterclockwise, and the second loop clockwise. Now try a few figure 8s, counting as you go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. See? It's very simple. The trick to the ribbon dance is to be on beat, everyone doing the same thing in the same direction at the same time, and this isn't easy. However, it is this precision that makes the ribbon dance so effective and your individual job so important. Now let's run through each of the 8 patterns quickly, without the chant, and then later you can put it all together. Now, if you'll look at your instruction sheet, you'll see there are 6 columns. The first column states pattern, and they number up to 8. The second column tells which of the actions, a circle or a figure 8, to perform, and if the circle is vertical or horizontal. The third column tells the hand which should hold the ribbon stick. The fourth tells the position, that is, the position where the circle or figure 8 is made, either overhead or in front of you, or to the right or left side, and so forth. The fifth column states the direction, that is, clockwise or counterclockwise, or both. And the last column explains or gives a hint as to how to perfect each individual pattern. Now, everyone face front and remain in this position throughout the 8 patterns. Spread way out so that you are more than a ribbon stick's distance apart in all directions. To start with, hold the ribbon stick in your right hand. Now let's try pattern 1, an overhead horizontal clockwise circle. Raise your right arm high with the elbow just slightly bent, and, as if swinging a lariat, make a large clockwise circle overhead with the ribbon stick. Use more arm movement than wrist movement. Now, if you look up, your ribbon stick should be moving in a clockwise direction, and the circle horizontal to the floor. Now make several. Good. Pattern 2 is a front vertical clockwise circle, and is done the same as the way you practiced at the beginning. A large vertical front circle made with the right hand. As you yourself look at the circle, it will be moving clockwise and should be as big as the ribbon itself. Good. Pattern 3 is a right side vertical clockwise circle, and the same as pattern 2, except done to the right side, arms straight out to the right. That's it. Good. Now, pattern 4 is a left side vertical counterclockwise circle, and is different only in that you transfer the stick to your left hand and then make the circle on your left side with your left arm extended outward, and do it in a counterclockwise direction. Very fine. Now, in all 4 of these patterns, 20 circles are made in each of the 4 positions, and you go from one pattern to the next without hesitation. Pattern 5 is a front figure 8, the same as you did at the beginning. That is, a figure 8 across the front of the body. Since the stick will be in your left hand at the end of pattern 4, transfer the stick from the left hand to the right as you go into the first right front counterclockwise loop, which is immediately followed by a left front clockwise loop. In this one, the loops will be a little more flat than round, and use a little body swaying as you do it. Make the first figure 8 a little on the high side, and then gradually lower it each time until the last 2 beats you are almost writing the 8 on the ground. In other words, you've gone from vertical to horizontal. Try that from high to low. Very good. Pattern 6 is a front-back figure 8 and is a little tricky. The answer is in the wrist. Up to now, you've used more arm movement, but this pattern requires much more wrist movement. In order to get into this pattern correctly, as you start the front counterclockwise loop, raise your arm high overhead and make the other loop of the figure 8 across the back using mostly wrist movement, fingers pointed down. Then, keeping your arm in much the same position, except moving it forward, make another front loop with the wrist, and then another back one as before, and continue in this same manner. This one will take a little practice, and you'll want to come back to it. Pattern 7 is a right side, left side figure 8, with the first loop done on the right side counterclockwise, followed by a clockwise loop on the left side. Make large round loops this time, swaying slightly as you go from side to side. Try that. Good. Now the last pattern is the same as the first, a front vertical clockwise circle, except on the 20th beat. That's the last beat. Make an even larger circle, and as your stick goes high overhead, step through your own circle as you bring the stick down slowly to rest at your right side, ribbon end pointed to the ground, as you bow with the ribbon floating down behind you. Try this last large circle. Nice and easy, does it? Very good. Now, before I sign off, I want to give you a few hints, some do's and one don't, and tell you of the music that follows, music to practice by. We have divided the music into 3 parts. First, instruction music. Second, practice music. And third, performance music. This will help make you an expert. Use it well. Now for the hints. Before starting a performance, always check your ribbon stick and be sure the tack holding the ribbon to the dowel is not nailed down tightly. The ribbon will then spin freely and not wind around the stick. For very small children, it is sometimes best to cut a foot or 2 off the ribbon. Line up off stage and run into your assigned position with stick held high, ribbon fluttering behind. This dance is effective performed in rows, one behind the other, or staggered, or in a circle, or circles. At the sound of the gong, start pattern 1 and go smoothly from one pattern to the next until the final bow. Run off stage in the same manner. A continuous gong rumble is a good way to enter and leave, with one sharp gong sound for starting, changing patterns, and the bow. The one don't, wind. A strong wind is something you must watch out for. It could play a little havoc with the ribbons. Although you have learned 8 patterns done in a standing position, it is easy and fun to devise new ones, and in different positions. For example, an overhead circle kneeling on one knee, or a front figure 8 as you turn around slowly, and many others. Make up your own routine to suit the occasion and the place, whether it be done in a gym, a classroom, or outdoors. My time is up, honorable friends. My part is finished, and now it's up to you. As the Chinese say, Ratsa Ruck. Goodbye for now.
Circle overhead. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Circle front. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Circle right side. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Change hands. Circle left side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Figure 8, front, high. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lower, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Figure 8, front and back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Front, back, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Figure 8, right, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, left, right, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Circle front, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Big circle, go through and bow.
Xi xi xiao, so shang stai jing jing bao. Hey, kung so ying yut so, mei li kun yang do xiao yao. San, Jie zhong tung xi xiao, so shang stai jing jing bao. Hey, kung so ying yut so, mei li kun yang do xiao yao. San, Jie zhong xi xiao, so shang stai jing jing bao. Hey, kung so ying yut so, mei li kun yang do xiao yao. San, Jie zhong xi xiao, so shang stai jing jing bao. Hey, kung so ying yut so, mei li kun yang do xiao yao. San, Jie zhong xi xiao, so shang stai jing jing bao. Hey, kung so ying yut so, mei li kun yang do xiao yao. San, Jie zhong xi xiao, so shang stai jing jing bao. Hey, kung so ying yut so, mei li kun yang do xiao yao. San, Jie zhong xi xiao, so shang stai jing jing bao. Hey, kung so ying yut so, mei li kun yang do xiao yao. San, Jie zhong xi xiao, so shang stai jing jing bao. Hey, kung so ying yut so, mei li kun yang do xiao yao. San,